rejections. Yeah, sometimes you fail when you get too many rejections. Yeah, when you look at the applications, you think that okay, you should get this job, but yeah, sometimes rejections are going to come.
This is Gufran, and you're watching the Indian Grad in Germany. So, in today's video, I have with me Nirav. So, Nirav has successfully completed his master's from Germany, and now he's working in a reputed firm in Germany. So, I think Nirav is the best example here who can guide us related to how finding a job in Germany, how we can find an internship or work student in Germany, and how we can successfully complete our masters and then find a job in Germany. I think with all other people who are coming in our podcast session, Nirav is also a best example, as Nirav was a fresher in India from what we have talked earlier in our conversation, and how he successfully got a job. So, like most of the people who have came on our podcast who are experienced people with at least 2 to 3 years of experience, but from Nirav's experience, he has no prior experience related to working. He completed his bachelor's degree and then came to Germany, and I would say he had done that hard work, not lucky enough, but yeah, done that hard work and successfully he got the job. So yeah, without further me describing this related his qualities and all, I would say Nirav to start his video. But yeah, before that, guys, please subscribe to the channel and like this video. And yes, Nirav, let's start with you. So how this journey began?
During my made a bachelor's degree, I decided that I want to go to Germany to do my master's, and I was interested in doing something related to production. Through that.de website, I found this course. I applied through 10 to 15 universities in which I was interested, and luckily I got the admission in this Westphalian University, which I applied via UniAssist, and then yes, I completed my 2 years course. And during this course also, like when I came to Germany, I also started applying for the mini students or work student jobs or internships. And after finishing my almost, I would say, 1.5 semester, I got the experience. I got the offer from the nearby company, Infineon, for work student, and over there I did my work student job for around 15 months. And after finishing my thesis, which I did in the university, and then after finishing my degree, I got one offer from the company for the quality engineer job.
About like the grades, like what is the importance of grades? What do you think? What should be a grade? Less than 2, less than 2.5 to get a job or work student or internship?
The better the grades, there are also, like, I would say, yeah, the companies, they see grades, but not to that. They don't give that too much of importance. But anything less than or equal to 2.5 is good for the job. Yeah, and sometimes it's like even if you are having a little bit not good grades, then also if they lack in terms of number of candidates, then if they might call you for interview, and if they find you good enough, and they will hire you.
Yeah, like how you got this work student and internship, as you had no experience in India. So how this happened, like a fresher getting work student and internship, was it a bit of struggle, or was it easy to get a work student or internship into your particular domain?
It was struggle, but I can expect it since when I came from Germany. So the company is over here. So basically, during my first semester, I was applying for the internships and for work student also, but I couldn't get anything. Yeah, so I can understand that maybe they might be okay. They cannot judge me based on my bachelor's degree, because they might not know how everything works in India. Yeah. After I got the job, I got the call for interview in November or December, like something like that. And yeah, basically I uploaded my semester grades in October or something like that. So I got first interview after that only. Yeah. So I would say at least first semester grades are required. Yeah. But in some cases, as sometimes also, like I've seen a few of my friends, they got the job not even before the arrival of the first semester.
So yeah, but ideally we can say if a person or if a student is a fresher and he can show his first semester grades of what he have gained in masters, if he have gained good grades in the first semester, that he has for showcasing, like, though I have no experience, but yeah, I have good grades, so I can apply for this particular position, right? You mean to say that?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Started applying? What all websites or what was your strategy applying to work students or interns?
We in our university we had one portal where the nearby companies used to write their job post. So I went through that also. And here in Germany, each and every company has on the particular website they have the career page. So I used to go through it nearby around like 50-kilometer radius or something like that. At the end of the day, you have to also see that traveling they prefer the students that are living nearby to the company. That's also one factor to become.
Yeah. So otherwise, they have to shift. Like if they are not closer to the company, like companies prefer like the candidates who are more closer to their hub or to their factory or to their industry, right? If a company is located in X location, they will search nearby candidates who are more accessible, who can come like to the company, right? You mean the accessibility part is more important?
Yeah. For example, the company that which I applied for work student, they specifically mentioned in the application that you must be living in the area like from distance from the company should be 150-kilometer radius.
So this point was completely new. I didn't know this. So this point is also new to the audience. So yeah, and so what all websites? I mean, you said about the company's website, but didn't you use LinkedIn or other websites, Indeed and all, or were it more company websites?
No, I use more of the company websites, and second was my university portal. Yes, nowadays okay, you can of course use LinkedIn, then Indeed also, and I would also recommend Zing. Zing is also like LinkedIn, but I would say Zing is like a LinkedIn of Europe. Yeah, I would say more people are on Zing than on LinkedIn. Yeah.
And yeah, then after the first semester is over, you got this opportunity, right? So your company was Infineon. What was your interview like? What did they ask you in the interview? What were the questions? What was the type of questions, or what all like things they asked you in the interview, or short project they did? Like they asked like do this project in this type stipulated time frame. Was it so?
No, actually, so internship is based on. I would say the internship and work student are different things. Internship is based only for what particular topic, and it's you get a training in particular field. But work student, it's like you are flexible, and they have some task, so you have to be flexible in what they give you. Yes, they have the topic ready for you. In my case, it was for related to data analysis and all that stuff. So reducing the waste in the production based on the data analysis and data analysis on all that stuff. So in the interview, they asked me basically the behavioral questions: what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, and also related to some of the studies, how you could help us in, for example, reducing the waste and all that. Yeah, based on the studies.
Okay. So it was more related to a personal interview rather than some technical stuff, right? In your case.
Yeah.
But it can change from person to person. Yeah, that is a subjective thing.
Yeah.
So this point is very necessary that it can change from person to person. Otherwise, what will happen? The students they will watch. They will consider the same example for themselves. So yeah, this point was related to interview. Now, what you can say? How many hours a week? If a person wants to work as a work student, they have to work how many hours per week?
So when you get your Aufenthaltstitel, that is residence permit in Germany, you get also one paper along with it, which is your work permit as a student. So yearly you can work 240 days part time or 120 days full time. Yeah. So 20 hours per week is like a part time, and 35 hours is full time. As a student, when your semester is going on, you can only work for 20 hours a week. During the semester break, you can work for 35 hours.
During semester breaks, we can work 35 hours or more than that.
Not more than that.
Only during the semester breaks. You can share something what a student can expect if he is working as a work student. What is the minimum wage he can expect?
Okay, I would say this is also depends on the company, how big or small a company is. But I would say 450. 450 is the minimum, I would say. 450 euros is the minimum. So now when you're doing internship is mostly full time. So you have to go every day, like it's 35 hours a week, your contract, and you get much higher salary, I would say. Again, it depends on the company, but I would say 1,000, or maybe in my company, I would say 1,500 euros, monthly.
For internship in your company. In the interview, were German language skills were required for your work student interview?
No, for my particular job, it wasn't required. No, it wasn't required. If you know German, it's a plus.
another thing, like most of the candidates they ask, like how should we design the CV and the cover letter to get a work student or an internship? What all key points or key highlights should be there in a CV or cover letter to get us selected in that particular company? If you can tell the basic points.
I would say basic for Europe. I would say this is a general for Europe. I would say that do not make CV more than 2 pages. During my work student, okay, if you have experience even more than 2 pages, they are not going to go through each and everything. Maximum, even if you have experience not more than 2 pages. During my work student, I had just 1 page. In that, I had my application photo, not, and also I would say be in photo also, like apply a professional one, not somewhere some outside. Mention your house address, your telephone number, your email ID. Then also it would look professional if you mention your, for example, LinkedIn ID or something, so they can go through your profile. Then also if you have worked before, I would say mention a small introduction, as you asked me before, like before the starting of the video, ask me about a small introduction. So you can also mention a small introduction. Then mention if you have experience first, I would say.
Okay.
And current always on the top, and then the older ones, and then your education, college. You can also mention high school. No need to go below that. And yes, what are the skills? And in skills, you can mention that are related to the job, and the one that you have, it would be helpful. And then you can also add hobbies, what you would like to do in free time or something like that.
After getting a work student, so what all like the basic duties do we perform in the company? Is it like flexible? It's not that much workload in the work student job, is it?
Sometimes you might get lucky. You also, they don't give you too much of stress, but it's enough for a student. So sometimes you have the deadlines, sometimes not.
Okay, so we can manage our studies with the work student.
It depends on what kind of, for example, I did my work student project engineering, and I had to work in manufacturing. So I had technical work to do, to work in the quality lab, to work in the manufacturing and other different departments, to do a little bit of documentation and all this sort of stuff.
So we can expect like if we are doing work student, we can also manage our studies with that. Is it possible? With work student, we can manage our studies, or is it difficult? What is your experience?
I would say you can absolutely manage it. So I would tell you my university, my semester. So usually a semester is of 6 months, but here it's like within 3 months. 3 months is the maximum that the semester works. After that you have the exam and all that stuff. Now I will tell you my weekly plan. Actually I had to go to university for 4 days out of 5 days. 5 working days I need to go for 4 days only. So one day I had completely free, and also most of the time you have only one lecture per day. It's like I only had on Friday 2 lectures. So basically, when you have 20 hours a week, when your semester is working on, you have just 20 hours a week. So you're working only for 3 days. They also will understand that no need to call the student for every day. It doesn't make.
Right.
I have one free day, so I would use it to maximum.
Manage it.
So it's manageable. It's not a problem. And also the company is also like they also know that okay, the student is studying. So if you say okay, I'm having the lectures from this to this, they will allow you. It's not a problem. If you have exams,
it's flexible.
It's flexible. You can say okay, I'm not coming. So when you're working as a student, you have very less holidays compared to the employees. But if you ask the manager, okay, I'm having exam, I want to take a break from my job. For work students, they're flexible.
When you applied for this particular role, can you tell me how many applications you did? Was it more stressful applying to many companies every day and getting some rejections and all? How was the story behind this? How many applications?
I would say it's in 100 plus. Okay. Because I started from the applying from the beginning, from the first semester. And so it was in 3 digits. Rejections. Sometimes you fail when you get too many rejections. When you look at the applications, you think that okay, you should get this job, but sometimes rejections are going to come. Sometimes you feel a little bit worried about this, but you need to just keep on applying. Yeah, you never know when the opportunity knocks on the door.
Yeah, exactly.
But I would say, if a work student, I applied more than like 100 applications. Yeah, that's for sure.
Again, you got this work student, and then due to this work student only, as we have a chat earlier, you got this into a full-time employment. So that is a big achievement.
Yes, yeah.
So I was saying, like, if a student is working as a work student, can he manage his other expenses from the salary of work student? Like, can he manage his day-to-day living, accommodation cost, or food expenses from the income that he gets from the work student job?
Here, the minimum salary that I heard for a student is 450 euros. Yeah. The second thing is, it also depends where in Germany do you live. If you're living in Munich, the expenses are high.
Yeah.
It's like 450, like your house rent. It's just your house rent.
Right.
450 euros. Yeah. But every location has depending. Yeah, the salary is mostly based on the locations. Yeah.
Right.
If it is village, you have a less salary, but yeah, still you can save it. I will tell you my example. I used to get 700 euros. Yeah, and it covers my entire month. Yeah, so I really need to worry.
During your work student phase, any German language skills were required during the work student, like in the company, for communicating with the colleagues or communicating with the in the manufacturing unit. You have to communicate with the shop floor workers and all. So was it required?
They told me that if you need, like, the engineers, they all can speak English, so it wasn't a problem. But as you said, in the manufacturing, they cannot. There were few people only. I would say, for example, production leader or something. He or she might can speak English, not the machine operator or something. So they said, if you know the German, it would be good. If you don't know, it's not a problem. Just you need to take the help from the other guys that are available around. I had done my language till A2. Yeah. So it was, I could do the basic communication, and over there I also got I worked for work student for around 13 to 15 months.
That's great.
Yeah, colleague in my department as well as in another department. They could not speak English. Like, it was, they basically said, how much, however you know the German language, just speak it. Your German language is better than my English. So they also they were also encouraging. So I used to speak in German only, and use whenever I couldn't get the words, I used to use the Google Translate, and yeah, it was very helpful. And the colleagues were also helpful. So yeah, but it wasn't necessary for me. Yeah.
But at least we should try, like you did. You at least tried whatever it was, like, though it was not that much fluent but yeah, still you tried and you managed your work with them. So this thing is very important, like keeping silent, that will not work out, right?
No, except I would say, even though I started learning the language in India earlier, I still think that I was a bit late. Yeah. So I would prefer that no matter wherever in Germany you get the admission, learn the German language as much as possible. Yeah. That's the best thing. Yeah.
Another thing, this new question that is coming to me since my quite past videos now. So the question is, what all perks or facilities a work student, he gets when he is working in a company?
I would say in my particular case, I didn't get any benefits. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but this thing is followed in most of the startups, right? So in startups, they follow this kind of events, or like free breakfast, or like one day a week, or free lunch together, lunch with all the colleagues and all. So, yeah.
Regarding that, I would say, yeah, there is once in a year, like team building event. Yeah. So they take you out for like somewhere place to hike, and they take you for dinner. That is free of charge. But yeah, no any other extra benefits. Yeah.